Hello. Good morning, dear students. How are you all? This video lesson module number 1 on carbon and its compounds brought you by Vignan Global Gen Schools, Hyderabad. I, myself, Venkat Reddy, Peram, teaching faculty. Dear students, before going to introduce one of the wonderful chapter and which is very prominent in our day-to-day life. Without this world also not at all possible, not at all exist. Yes. So let me ask a few questions in order to test your knowledge. What do you say? Yes, that is called commitment. Shall I ask? Now, my dear students, what are the basic commodities of our life? Do you have an idea? What are the main basic necessities of our life? Yes, you are correct. First one is food. Second one is clothing. And third one is shelter. Shelter. And these three things in Hindi called roti, kapada, makan. Makan means shelter. Good. Okay. Now let us take food. Food is generally made up of, yes, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, good, vitamins. In all these things like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, one element is quite common. What is that element? Yes? Yes, you are right. Because carbohydrates are made up of one versatile element. What is that element? Yes, you are correct. That is carbon. Good. And now coming to clothing, cloths. These cloths are made up of, yes, cloths like terlin, decaron, terrycotton, wool, what is that? Polyester. All these are made up of threads. Yes, this clothing generally comes from cotton. Now, if you take cotton consisting of cellulose. In that cellulose, one of the very important element present is what? Carbon. Good. So, cloths consisting of carbon element. And now coming to shelter. In the construction of massive buildings, we are using one metal. What is that metal? Yes, iron. But you know, my dear students, iron in pure form is stretchable and very soft. Then if it is like this, how you are using this iron for construction? No. So in construction, we are not actually using iron. We are actually using steel, an alloy of iron and 0.05% of carbon. So even construction department also based on carbon. What do you say? So not only these areas, not only these three basic commodities. If you take books, fuels, drugs, dyes, pharmaceuticals, plastics, in all these things, one of the main element, constituent element, main chief element present is carbon. Okay? So, my dear students, today let us learn more information about carbon and the compounds formed from this carbon. Okay? So, without delay, let me start the session. Today's module. What is that? Carbon, chapter number 4. Chapter number 4. What is that? Carbon and its compounds. Carbon and its compounds. Yes, carbon and its compounds. Yes. So this is very important chapter from examination point of view. So please focus more attention while explaining. And not only for this 10th level, even for intermediate +1, +2 level also. Okay. Now tell me carbon. Actually, the word carbon is derived from the Latin name carbo. What is that word? Carbo, which means coal. What is the meaning of carbo? Coal. That means if you burn coal, actually coal consisting of carbon. If you burn coal in the presence of oxygen, then one gas is produced as a product. What is this gas, my dear students? Carbon dioxide. What is that? Carbon dioxide. And do you know the confirmation test for carbon dioxide gas? We have already learned this from acids bases also. What is the confirmation test? Yes, you are correct. Carbon dioxide, when passes through lime water turns into milky white due to the formation of calcium carbonate. So from this discussion, what is the conclusion drawn by us? Any carbon compound or carbon compound burns in the presence of oxygen, and first product produced is carbon dioxide. Since carbon dioxide gas is produced, we can confirm that compound consisting of carbon. In that way, one can just go for this test, carbon dioxide. Now coming to the element carbon. What do you know about carbon? So about this wonderful element carbon, what do you know? Carbon is basically an element. Yes or no, my dear students? It is basically an element. Carbon is an element, especially it is a non-metal. It is a non-metal. What is the nature of carbon element? Non-metal. Non-metal. Yes. And next one, the symbol of carbon is C. Symbol of carbon is C. Very good. And the atomic number of carbon is 6. Atomic number 6 means how many electrons? 6 electrons are present in carbon. 6 protons are present in the nucleus of carbon. Okay. Now the atomic mass of carbon is 12 units. Atomic mass of carbon is 12 units. And now coming to neutrons. Number of neutrons present in carbon are 12 minus 6. How many neutrons are present, my dear? In carbon nucleus, 6 neutrons are present. So 6 protons are present in the nucleus along with 6 neutrons, where 6 electrons are revolve around the nucleus carbon. So first shell. Now coming to electronic configuration. EC 2, 4. First shell K consisting of 2 electrons. Second shell L consisting of 4 electrons. 2, 4 is the configuration. Now coming to valence electrons. Valence electrons are 4. Do you know, my dear students, what are valence electrons? The electrons present in the outermost shell are called valence electrons. These are 4. Now coming to valency. What is the valency of carbon? The valency of carbon is 4. What is the valency of carbon? 4. That we will decide later after few minutes. Okay, the valency of carbon is 4. So basically carbon is a non-metal. Now coming to the type of oxides formed by carbon. type of oxides, TO. What is the first oxide? Carbon monoxide, which is poisonous. Carbon dioxide, which is non-poisonous. You know, my dear students, global warming and greenhouse effect is mainly because of this carbon dioxide. So these are the two oxides formed by carbon. Carbon monoxide is a neutral oxide. Carbon dioxide is acidic in nature. Okay. Now coming to allotropic forms. Do you know, my dear students, what are the various allotropic forms of carbon? Allotropes. Allotropes of carbon. Yes. Now first of all, let me discuss what are allotropes. There is a doubt. What are allotropes? Physical forms which are obtained from the same element. Those physical forms which are obtained from the same element are called allotropes, and the phenomena is called allotropic. So a single element carbon exists in the nature in the form of first allotrope diamond, second allotrope graphite, and third allotrope, the recent discovery C60, which is called Buckminster Fullerene, BMF. So BMF का मतलब क्या है? Buckminster Fullerenes. So these allotropes we are going to learn in the preceding concepts of this chapter later. So this is about the data. Data about carbon. So hopes everyone understood this one. Now coming to nature of the bonding in carbon. Nature of the bonding in carbon. Now let me write the next topic. What is that? Nature of bonding. Nature of bonding in carbon. Yes. But before going to discuss about this one, nature of the bonding in carbon, now let me write percentage availability of carbon in the nature. Percentage availability of carbon. Now, carbon available in the form of 0.03% in the form of carbon dioxide. So in the nature, carbon is available in the form of CO2. What is the percentage? 0.03%. And the percentage availability of carbon in the form of minerals, how much? 0.02%. So carbon percentage in the atmosphere means 0.03% in the form of carbon dioxide. Percentage of carbon available in the earth crust means 0.02 in the form of minerals like coal, petroleum, carbonates, bicarbonates. And in our human body, carbon is present in 18.5%. Carbon is present in 18.5% by weight. Okay. Actually, we ourselves made up of carbon. But the percentage of carbon is very, very, very less in the nature. But how is it possible for carbon to form these many compounds in society? That is a question mark. We are going to explore that question mark in the preceding chapters of concepts of this chapter. Okay. Now you try to focus on the first concept. What is this? Concept 4.1 according to our textbook, nature of bonding in carbon. What is that? Nature of bonding in carbon. Whether carbon prefer ionic bonding or covalent bonding. So far we discussed about ionic compounds and their properties in the chapter number 3, metals and non-metals. Can anybody repeat the 4 properties of ionic compounds, my dear students? Yes. What is the first property? Ionic compounds are crystalline solids with perfect shape and structure. They are brittle. But covalent compounds are not like that. Carbon compounds are not like that. Okay? Carbon compounds are available solid state, liquid state as well as in gaseous state. And what is the second property? All ionic compounds have high melting and boiling points. But what about covalent compounds? And what about carbon compounds? Yes, these carbon compounds possess low melting and low boiling points. What is the reason for that? Because the force of attraction between the molecules is very weak. Because of that, very less amount of energy is required to dissociate the bond. And all ionic compounds are able to dissolve in water. But what about carbon compounds? They are able to dissolve in kerosene, petrol, benzene, carbon tetrachloride, etc. All ionic compounds are good conductors of electricity in aqueous or molten state. But covalent compounds are bad conductors. What is the reason? Because in covalent compound, there is no place for ions. Even if you dissolve the covalent compounds in water, these covalent compounds do not produce any ions. Since ions are absent, they are unable to conduct electricity. So these are the properties of ionic compounds, quite opposite to that of carbon compounds. Now coming to the point, what is that? If you once observe the electronic configuration of carbon, where is that? Yes, 2, 4. What is the electronic configuration of carbon? 2, 4. How many valence electrons are there in carbon? 4 valency electrons. But unstable. Carbon atom is unstable. So, what is the ultimate goal of the carbon atom? To attain stability. Either by losing 4 electrons, or by gaining 4 electrons, or by sharing 4 electrons. Because to attain stability, there are 3 ways are there. One is losing of electrons, second one is gaining of electrons, third one is sharing of electrons. Now, in case of carbon, what about the possibilities? Now let me explain. Yes. Now let me take carbon. Yes, symbol of carbon is C. Now what is the atomic number? 6, 2, 4, Kl. There are 2 shells in carbon. Okay, 2, 4 configuration Kl. 2 shells are there. Now if this carbon, first way, what is the way number 1? If this carbon could lose 4 electrons from the outermost shell, then this C symbol becomes C plus 4 and the configuration becomes 2. Did you understand, my dear students? If it could lose 4 electrons, then carbon becomes C plus 4, where the electronic configuration become 2, because already 4 electrons lost now, and this 2 electrons is nearest to one noble gas. What is that? Neon. In this way, carbon would attain stability. But this condition is not possible for carbon. This condition is not possible for carbon. Why? Why this condition is not possible? Because in order to lose 4 electrons, carbon would require more amount of energy. Then carbon with 6 protons unable to catch hold of 2 electrons. Carbon with 6 protons in the nucleus unable to catch hold of 2 electrons. So for this purpose, carbon would require more energy. Okay? And for suppose if carbon select second way, what is the second way? In spite of losing 4 electrons, if it could gain 4 electrons, then what will happen? Then this symbol C becomes C minus 4 and the configuration becomes 2 comma 8. But this condition also not possible for carbon. This condition also not possible. Even this condition also not possible. Why this condition is not possible? Because if carbon would gain 4 electrons, number of valence electrons increases. But in the nucleus of carbon, how many protons are present? 6 protons are present. It is very difficult for the nucleus with 6 protons to catch hold of 10 electrons. That means extra 4 electrons. Because of this nuclear instability, this condition of gaining 4 electrons also not possible for carbon. So, my dear students, out of the 3 ways, first way, losing of 4 electrons is not possible. Second way, gaining of 4 electrons also not possible. So, the only way for the carbon to overcome this problem is, what is the third way? Sharing of, what is the third way? Sharing of valence electrons with other atoms of the elements or atoms of carbon. So, the only way, in order to overcome this problem, the only way meant for carbon is a sharing of electrons from the outermost shell or valency shell with atoms of other elements or atoms of carbon. In this way, carbon is able to form one type of bond. What is the name of that bond? Covalent bond. What is the name of that bond, my dear? Covalent bond. It is called covalent bond. So, nature of the bonding in carbon. What is the actual nature of the bonding in carbon? Carbon is able to form covalent bond. So, what is meant by covalent bond? Yes, you know very well. The bond formed due to sharing of electrons between the atoms. Bond formed due to mutual sharing of electrons is called covalent bond. Covalent bond is very weak compared with ionic bond. Ionic compounds are that's why very strong. Covalent compounds, that means carbon based compounds, are weak. This is one of the reason. Do you know, my dear students, how many types of covalent bonds are there? There are 3 types of covalent bonds. What are they? Single covalent bond, double covalent bond, and triple covalent bond. A single covalent bond is formed due to sharing of one pair of electrons. A double covalent bond is formed due to sharing of 2 pairs of electrons. A triple covalent bond is formed due to sharing of 3 pairs of electrons. So, covalent molecules are generally weak compared with ionic molecules. Now, in this chapter, in the very next module, I am going to explain different examples for single covalent bond, double covalent bond, and triple covalent bond. Now, first of all, let us start with simple molecules, and later I will explain about carbon molecules. Okay, so this is about the today's module number 1 about carbon and its compounds introduction, as well as topic number 1. What is that first concept? Nature of bonding in carbon, the covalent bond. So, why carbon always prefer covalent bond rather than ionic bonding? This is the explanation. So, hope my dear students would understand all these aspects what I actually introduced in this module number 1 of carbon chemistry, and stay tuned for module number 2. Till then, my dear students, have a nice day. Thank you.